Ancelotti would prefer to have landed the Arsenal job than the Everton role it seems he is set to take up. The Italian has been in talks with the Toffees and it appears he could be confirmed as the club's next manager by the end of the week. Reports have suggested the 60-year-old, employed by Napoli until just last week, has been offered a 4.5-year contract and could be in dugout for the Merseyside outfit's Premier League clash with Burnley on Boxing Day. Ancelotti is one of the game's most decorated coaches, having won 3 Champions Leagues and titles in England, Germany, Italy and France across spells with Juventus, AC Milan, Chelsea, Paris Saint-Germain, Real Madrid, and Bayern Munich. Before he can officially be named Everton's new boss, the veteran tactician must first travel to Naples for discussions with his former club, with Serie A side Napoli said to be owed compensation by his next club unless Ancelotti can remove a clause in his dismissal payout. Ancelotti has also been linked to the vacant Arsenal role, which looks set to be snapped up by former Gunners and Toffees midfielder Mikel Arteta before this weekend, when the two clubs go head-to-head in a top-flight encounter. Just in, who is getting the better manager out of Arsenal and Everton? Big debate, and Italian journalist Fabio Santini claims despite being set to take over at Goodison Park, Ancelotti would prefer to be installed as the new manager down in North London instead, and is disappointed Arsenal instead opted for former captain Arteta. That's despite them having reportedly reached a verbal agreement with him to replace Unai Emery in the English capital, where he still has a property, having worked for Chelsea for 2 years between 2009 and 2011. Carlo Ancelotti will go to Everton in the Premier League unless there are some sensational surprises, he told Italian TV network 7 Gold on the Il Processo show. The agreement is now complete between the now ex-coach and the English club. Within a few days, it could be official news. Carlo Ancelotti was also disappointed because his first choice was Arsenal. Arsenal, after having contacted Carlo Ancelotti and found a principle of agreement, then pulled back, preferring Arteta. But Liverpool icon Jamie Carragher is less convinced that Ancelotti is the right man for the current job at Goodison. He said this week, "I think, Everton owner Farhat Moshiri when he came in, the first real manager he appointed was Ronald Koeman, and he mentioned that he wanted I think the words he used were Hollywood manager, because basically Liverpool have got Klopp down the road, Pep Guardiola is in Manchester, Mourinho was at Manchester United at the time. I love the fact that he came into Everton and was thinking on that level, getting Everton back up to that level. I have no problem with them trying to go for Ancelotti. From Ancelotti's point of view, I'm not sure he's the man to do the job that Everton need, if I'm being honest. I think this is a manager who has managed the top clubs in world football. I think the first club he had, Reggiana, they were in Serie B, that's a long time ago. You can imagine the energy, the intensity, he's got to make his name in football, then gets him those bigger jobs. What he does, Ancelotti, he takes really good teams and he just adds a little touch to it which takes that next step, especially in the Champions League. I think the real target for Everton, and realistically, is can he get Everton to be a consistent top 6 club, as they were under David Moyes? Could they maybe make that next step of winning a cup that Everton have gone so long without? I just hope, I'll say this, the Hollywood manager they thought they were getting in Ronald Koeman, who I think is a good manager and has been a good manager, he didn't suit Everton. He lacked that intensity for the club, that club needs. That'd be my one worry with Ancelotti, with him having such a great career, the age he's at now, coming back to a job he's probably not done, certainly not for a long time, going back to the start of his career. That'd be my worry for Everton. In terms of CV, rightly so, you'd want a man like that, and I'm sure the Evertonians are ecstatic. Let's block ads. Why?